Last year, the FBI questioned the student about online threats to commit a school shooting, but did not find cause for an arrest. Now that same student is accused of killing 4 people and injuring 9 others.
Okay, so yet another school shooting. This one was in Georgia, in a suburb of Atlanta, a little bit northeast of Atlanta, and Winder, Georgia. 2 students dead, 2 teachers dead. The person who did it was 14 years old. And this has reopened the debate about gun control. How did this kid get access to this type of weapon to begin with? But that's not what this video is about. That's a different video talking about gun control. What we're going to talk about in this video is securing the school, biting the bullet, spending the money, investing the resources to protect our children. But first, let's look at a news clip to see what happened yesterday.
Police in Georgia arrested a 14-year-old for a deadly shooting at a high school.
Yeah, 4 people died. Shannon Murray is here with what investigators are saying about previous threats made by that student. Shannon.
Brandon, last year, the FBI questioned the student about online threats to commit a school shooting, but did not find cause for an arrest. Now that same student is accused of killing 4 people and injuring 9 others. Wednesday morning, Apalachee High School swiftly went into lockdown as shots rang out. Authorities say 2 teachers and 2 14-year-old students were killed at the high school northeast of Atlanta. 2 math teachers, Christina Arime and Richard Aspinwall, along with 2 14-year-old students, Mason Schermerhorn and Christian Angulo. 2 school resource officers encountered the shooter within minutes and he surrendered. Teachers alerted police to the active shooter by using an alarm button on their badges. The sheriff says that system has only been in place a week.
Those that are deceased are heroes in my book. Those that are in the hospital recovering right now are heroes in my book. But also the heroes that we need to remember is our faculty and staff here at this school. They acted admirably. They were heroes in the actions that they took. The protocols that this school and this system activated today prevented this from being a much larger tragedy than what we had here.
All of the victims wounded in the shooting are expected to recover. The teen suspect is being charged as an adult with murder. Authorities raided his home hours after the shooting, but it's still not clear how he obtained the weapon and got it into campus. And by the way, next school year, all Texas school districts and charter schools will be required to have silent panic alarm technology installed in classrooms.
All around sad, very unfortunate. I mean, a 9th grader, 14 years old. Whatever motivated him, whatever was going on, it's just tragic. But let's look at some clips at what happened to the school. We're going to look at some of the students being evacuated. Then we're going to listen to one of the students giving his eyewitness testimony as to what happened.
Keep going. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Go down the wall. Keep your head up.
I look to my left. I see a kid with he had like a big gun, like an AR, with he got his head sticking out the door with the gun, and then he just started. Then I got up. I started running. He started shooting like 10 times. He shot at least 10 times, and then I ran to the back of the classroom. I dived behind the desk. And my teacher had got in front of me, like he was guarding. But like the gunshots were so close to me, like my ears started ringing real bad. Like the whole classroom was smoking, like and everything. And then when he finally got out of the classroom, my teacher started barricading the door with desks and bookshelves and all that. And then I had got up. When I had got up, I had saw one of my classmates on the ground bleeding so bad.
My son actually called me while it was going on inside the classroom. Like I was inside the store and I heard him hollering and screaming and crying. I hear all the commotion in the background and I just dropped everything. Yeah, the school never called. I just dropped everything and sprinted to the car. I put my hazard lights on and I was doing about 100 miles per hour all the way up here. It's scary when my son tell me that it's a shooting and I can't get to him right then and there. I was so terrified, but we just prayed all the way here and just thankful that I can see him face to face right now and touch him. We just checked his backpack. He got a bullet hole from one side of his backpack to the other side. We opened his book bag up and it grazed his laptop. So he got a graze on his laptop.
When I talk about securing the schools, I mean spending billions of dollars. We need to take drastic measures. And I think we need to secure the schools similar to how airports are secured, similar to how courthouses. If you guys ever had to walk into a courthouse, maybe to pay a traffic ticket or something, what's the first thing you have? You go into this foyer area where you have a couple of cops or security officers. You have the conveyor belt where you have to put your items. You got to walk through a metal detector. Why don't we have something like this at our schools? I know a lot of schools been around for a long time, but I think we have tens of thousands of schools, public schools in the country. But I think we need to have a similar system at every school. K through 12 schools, we need to have security personnel up front. A lot of these schools, I think we need to spend the money to retrofit these schools, create a section in the area where people have to go through a security zone before they get into the schools. Now, it's a sad situation and it's a sad thing to even think about, but that's what we come to. We have to acknowledge this is where we are. This has been happening for decades now, these school shootings. And it's not necessarily a gun issue where we need to take the guns from people. It's a cultural issue. We have a toxic culture issue and a mental health issues. I think there's a lot of overlap between that, but we need to work on that. We need to work on the cultural issues outside of school that lead people to do these type of horrific acts to begin with. And we also need to work on mental health. But at the same time, we need to put metal detectors in certain schools. It depends on the location, the size of the school and all that. We need to have security officers or police, school police with actual police powers up front to monitor every single person that comes into the school. And this will cost billions of dollars. It'll cost tens of billions, 20, 30 to 40, somewhere between 20 and 40 billion, I believe, to do this, to retrofit schools, to put the x-ray machines, put the conveyor belt, put all the equipment in place, to hire staff to run this. It'll cost billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars. And if I would have said this some years ago, we got a lot of pushback. Oh my God, that's so expensive. We sent $200 billion to Ukraine. How much money are we sending to Israel, to Taiwan, to these little tiny islands in the Pacific Ocean? We can spend all of this money on wars, foreign countries, money laundering for Congress and all of that. Surely we can spend $30 billion to protect the schools in the country. Is that too much to ask for? And yeah, there's some drawbacks to this because some people can be intimidated. Oh, it's police officers at the front of the schools, but a lot of people will feel secure and more relaxed. And they will know, well, everybody had to be checked before they came in. So I know there are no knives in this building. There are no guns in this building. And police are right here. So they're going to deter would-be criminals. And if anything does pop off in the school, we got, again, trained police right here at the school, right here at the front. And I believe they're already working on similar security systems, metal detectors and stuff like that at certain schools. But I think every school, I think we need to have this at every school. It'll take years to do it. But with the culture that we're in, the environment that we're in, it happens randomly throughout the country. It could be in the Northeast. It could be in Texas. Now it's in Georgia. It could be in California. We don't know where these things pop off. So I think we should just spend the money. And there's solutions. People can say, well, we'll get bottlenecked school opening early in the morning. There'll be long lines, but there's solutions to that. You can stagger times. You can have more than one system. If your school is really large like that, you can have a separate entrance for staff. There's solutions. And the officers will be trained and understand that they're there for security purposes. They're not there to intimidate or discipline the students or anything like that. But I think this could drastically slow down the school shootings because a lot of these schools are wide open. You go to some of these big cities, some of them you have to push a button, especially in elementary schools, push a button to gain access into the building. But many schools, you can just walk right in and the students aren't checked. Early in the morning, student have to be there 7, 8 o'clock. Doors wide open because you have hundreds of students walking in. No security, anything. Everybody just walks right into the school. No checks. So a student can be carrying and nobody would know. So we need to secure the schools. At the same time, we're working on mental health. At the same time, we need parents involved working on the cultural issues outside of school. We need hard security because way too many people have died. But let me know what you guys think. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.